All right, my friends, it's time to cut to the chase. What happens when the war strikes us here at home? What's coming, guys? I've got some intel, some news today from an inside source that was highly disturbing. And before I go into that, I'm going to preface it. I'm going to talk a little bit about um, the prelude. I've been warning you guys about this since I started this channel 4 years ago. I've been talking about sleeper cells and what they could do for 4 years back. And I've known about this before. You got to remember, 2 years before I started this channel, I was running power grid defense conferences. I run 2 of them, so I was involved in this community since I'd say prior to 2015. And that's when I decided in 2015 to run a conference about it because something had to be done. I felt it was important to do something rather than, just try to talk about it or think about it. I'm the kind of guy that wants to get involved to try to stop things from happening. An ounce of prevention is worth a gallon of cure. Well, my friends, we may be late on that now, very late. This, as you know, and as said recently, that as we get into, if we get into a conflict with the United States and Iran, that we've been told that there are sleeper cells in this country. I got this from no less, I've heard this from several sources, but none less than Dr. Peter Vincent Pry. Now, I tried to do a little search for this on Bing, and it chastised me, me, I don't want to say it. I don't want to trigger the Al Gore has no rhythms because apparently I've been doing that a lot lately and getting hit for it. So I'm going to try to be a little more careful here, but I guess I got to go live on all these topics because it seems to be the only way I get anything out of these videos from the platform is what you guys are willing to help me out with. So where's my live session at here? Trying to come in here once he's in the room because this is serious. I'm going to show you the articles. I'll show you some background a little bit on this. And I'm going to show you some more background on sleeper cells. And come in and watch. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it at all, my friends. But this is the time to get ready more than ever. Now we got Colonel Cole in the house. Have a plan. Hope is not a plan. You're right. You're right, Colonel Cole. Hope is not a plan. It's time to do things. It's time to take action. And that's why I'm going to lead up with this. This isn't going to be my normal regular video where I just go through a bunch of news articles. Because first, this is what we got to talk about. And then I'm going to show background to buttress what I've just said. And then we'll go into the news articles. But Colonel Cole is exactly right. This is not the time. Hey, Pagan Prepper, Bill Evans. We got a lot of people here. And what Colonel Cole says, everybody must be, yeah, you must. It's time to get your means of self-defense. I got to be careful how I word this stuff. It is time. And it is time that it match what might be coming at us. And what might be coming at us could be very powerful indeed. Because it's not just, when I started this 4 years ago, there was, we were told there were sleeper cells in this country. We were told, well, actually, it was before, I knew this like, probably 7 years ago when I first heard this. It came out in, I believe, 2014 initially is when this came out, that our FERC, Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, came out and told us that if nine critical power grid stations were taken out, you could take out the entire grid. And supposedly the head of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard responded when he was told that, and this was public articles that were coming out. He said, I already got 20 sleeper cells in America. They've already targeted 20, for starters. If a sleeper cell hits one thing, they get hit another. This is what he supposedly said. Now, and I'm going to show you some more background. It's worse. That was years ago. That was, when you look at what's come across our border, that was a lifetime ago. Now, we've got people who have, had channels on social platforms traveling with people coming up from South America and crossing our border and then videoing what they're doing once they cross the border. And some of these people claim that these guys are involved in rituals and activities which indicates that they are military special forces from places like China. Oh yeah, we know now of Hamas, Hezbollah, mainly Hezbollah in this country. We know of, which is Iranian connected. We know of, I'm told now there's Venezuelan cells up here. Oh yeah, Biden just approved 500,000, 500,000 Venezuelan work visas. Jeez, how many people crossed our border since he's been El Presidente? Like, was it some over 2 million? And, you know, I played a little snippets from Jim Jordan, who hopefully will become Speaker of the House, his interrogation of the, or interview, whatever you want to call it, in a House hearing of the Secretary of Homeland Security, Mayorkas, let me say his name. And I've heard some interesting stuff about him. I'm not going to repeat it because it'll be the enemy here. But guys, he, you know, suddenly he didn't know what happened with 42. Hey, Bill Evans, thank you. Stay strapped, pray up. Yes, absolutely. That is what I'm talking about right there, Bill. What's happening there can happen here and happen real soon. And there's more to it than this, guys, at least from the insider stuff I've just heard. I hope and pray that my source, whether they were wrong or not, that the data they got were wrong, or this things just won't come to pass. Yeah, we need to do some serious praying, guys, but praying and hope isn't quite enough. Like Colonel Cole said, get ready. That's why I'm here for. I'm here to let you know that you better get yourself ready, and that there's no more time to waste. Time's over. The fat lady is on the stage in the opera, and she's about done singing. Yeah, the music is playing. We're walking around the chairs, and I think it's on about the last note. It's that serious. It's going to be, things can go down that fast. See how fast things happen in Israel? Just bing, seemingly in a blink of an eye. Of course, we got all these. You need to watch Uncommon News 777 with Doug Thompson. You know, there he is. I mentioned him, and there he is. What'd he tell us? He just did a video. Go to his channel. All you got to do is click on his name in the chat session and go to his channel. You need to see the video he put out there, because, yeah, a lot of people, oh, nobody saw this coming. Really? Well, I got one of the articles I got to show you is a guy who predicted it and the time frame. But nobody saw it. Nobody knew it was coming. How convenient. How convenient. I got to watch what I say. I got to really watch what I say, guys. But what the whole point of this hasn't got anything to do with taking any sides right now, because when they're beating your door in, the only thing that matters is you and your family. And you might ask how you got yourself here and why how it got to this. And that's why we're talking. That's why we're talking. Yeah, Doug, that's the least I could do. That's why we're talking, guys. We have vastly more sleeper cells in this country today, seemingly, than we had before from many other areas. They're not friendly. And it's not just sleeper cells that would go out and go bang, bang, bang. Some of them are trained. They've targeted key elements of our grid. We've got hackers that have hacked it. They've hacked our defense systems. The Chinese have. The DOD's told us that. They've admitted, and Microsoft, they've admitted it, that they've been massively hacked. And they don't even know that's the hacking they know about. And they don't fully understand and know that, apparently, by their own admission. What does that mean for our systems, our electronics? We live and survive and operate by the sophistication of our communications, data fusion networks. This is how we coordinate all our military and weapon systems. Of course, we have people buying farms next to military bases. Now, who would do that? Why would they do that? Certain nationalities. We have, discovered a biolab in California, right? Just accidentally discovered it. Is that the only one? What do you think? If you think that's the only one, type 1 in the chat room. If you think there's a good chance there's more, type a 2. I'd like to see what you think about that topic. So if you think there's more than 1, type 2. Greg just got that had at the flea market saying, you're right. You watch my Product Papa's channel, you'll find that video where I actually bought it live. And it was very similar to the hat I wore back when I earned this prize, when I launched the rocket into space. Hybrid rocket from high altitude balloon from the coast of North Carolina back in 1977. That's been a little while ago. But anyway, yeah, most of you think there's more than 2, or at least more than 1. Yeah, that's what I would think. So we accidentally discovered the one we discovered, and it was horrendous. So what is awakeness? You know, I did a video about how much damage, unbelievable amount of damage they could render on upstream dams, just attacking upstream dams, the ones upstream, cascading failures, how horrendous that would be in this country. You know, what came up missing, was it 60,000 pounds of, Choctaw says 3. Well, how many pounds, hey Kyle, how many pounds of ammonium nitrate come up missing from that train? 60,000. Where did it go? It wasn't some farmer just getting a little bit for his field. That took a major operation. What happened? Why do we not know? Why is someone talking about it? Who's tracing that? It seems that, you know, the 3-letter agencies are supposed to be our friends and giving us all this protection. All they seem to be interested in is groups in this country that are identified by the 4 letters MAGA. That seems, they claim that's the worst thing that's ever existed on the planet. Wow. You know, not all these other things that have been coming across our border for a long time, especially in the last couple of years, especially this last year, record numbers, like 10,000 a day some days, where we had like 210,000 in the month of September. Oh yeah, Ruckus, when he was getting grilled by Jim, now I'm getting brain locked. What else he grilled him on? Jim Jordan. He grilled him on about 14,000 smugglers that just disappeared. Oh yeah, and one of the articles I've got, I think to bring up, talks about 40 known terrorist. I don't know, maybe if I spell it, I won't get slapped. I don't know. This platform's been slapping me pretty hard, so I really appreciate the super chat. That helps me deal with stuff like that. So thank you for that, Bill Evans. I really appreciate that. Oh, what's going on here? Hey, Arnold Smith. Oh, trying to get my chat back in. It knocks me totally out of the video. Jeez, this touchscreen is really sensitive. All right, I'm back in. All right. So I've been watching them. They are filling at least 10 buses every hour. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, they're being sent all over the country. Some are flying into our country and getting sent around. How convenient. I don't know, guys. What do y'all think about us? Oh, there's nothing to any of this. I'm just being oversensitive, right? Okay, let's get down to brass tacks here. The inside data or info that I heard today from a well-connected individual, which I hope and pray, I can't verify it, I can't vet it, but I would be remiss if I didn't tell you guys, keep your eyes wide open, head on a swivel, and be on the watch out for this. Because even if his sources were all wrong, it could still be true. That's how timely this is. Hey, Rob, thank you so much, Rob. I really appreciate that. Salute, Rob. Yeah, we need some more likes. 176 in the room, only 89 likes. I'm trying to bring you. This is maybe the most important video I've ever done on this channel. So if you don't appreciate it, tell me why. All right, I'd like to know. Hey, Angie, Texas is beautiful. There you go. All right, Angie, I just sent you an email with my cell phone number. You can text it. I think I put it in right. But anyway, hey, Mandy, how you doing? Amanda from down under. So what I'm about to relay can happen to you in any of our countries. And it could be happening in our countries. And I'm not taking sides of this or that. What I'm doing is just telling you guys to be ready for it. Be ready for it. Because we are either at war or about to be at war with certain other nations. And one in particular, you know, even though they've just said, hey, they want to eradicate Israel, they don't call Israel the great Satan. They call the United States the great Satan. So if that's what they got in store for Israel, they don't have a lot of love for us here in this country and or any other countries associated or aligned with us. So we're all in this together, guys, and that we all may face extremely difficult times coming up. Because what I was told was this. Michelle Young, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Salute, Michelle. Appreciate that. What I was told was this. I was told that just as this went down on the religious holiday of Yom Kippur, or whatever now they call it in Israel, they got the other name, Simchat something, Torah Simchat. And I'm not, you know, greatest expert. I'm not an expert in those holidays. Jewish, biblical, Old Testament, Torah, whatever you want to call them. But what I know is this. I was told it would happen here, that it's actually planned, like really soon this year, on one of our major holidays in November or December. That would almost translate to like Thanksgiving or Christmas, maybe. John Cole, thank you. Salute, Colonel Cole. We have a colonel in the house, guys. I don't know if that will happen. Let's pray that it doesn't happen, but be prepared. I always tell you to prep and pray. Well, if you've never prepped, you better do it now. And if you never prayed, you might want to do that now too. Prep and pray, because what's coming may be soon, maybe. And even if all that data was wrong from the source, even if it was wrong, it's still likely. It's still likely. That's why I think it's important to bring this out. Behold, a pale horse. Feast of Trumpets. Yes, Arnold. Feast of Trumpets. And that's one of those harbinger type holidays, as I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Arnold. Today was Thanksgiving in Canada. Oh, yeah, I heard about that with Canadian Prepper. So, yeah, he did the short video. He had a Thanksgiving thing to go to. Yeah, it seemed like Thanksgiving ought to be a little closer to harvest time, right? We're harvesting now. Still in the midst of it down here. Praise the Lord and bless. There you go, John. Amen. All right, pass the kibbles for the nugs, guys. What we're talking 5 weeks maybe. This could go down, or it could happen tomorrow morning. Could be 5 weeks from now. Could be 9 weeks from now. You see what I'm saying? Thanksgiving, Christmas, it could happen. I'm not saying it will happen. Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say this is going to happen on that day. What I'm alerting you to is there's the potential. Samuel Turner, I've been prepping for my family and me for at least 6 years and intensely or so for the last 3 years. And you're right. Get ready now. That's it, guys. That's why I'm talking to you right now. And Samuel Turner hit it right on the nose. We're in the most dangerous time I've seen in my adult life. Yeah, I was 2 years old during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So the most dangerous time, and arguably it's worse than then, because then it was United States and Russia. Now it's like the whole world on fire. World on fire. We're facing China. We're facing Russia. We're facing Iran. We're facing North Korea. We're facing a 4-front conflict. And we scaled our theater of preparations back to be able to handle one when the wall fell. and we never really brought it back up. Then we turned it around and took a lot, we had things produced. We laid off a lot of the guys building things like Stinger missiles and sent them home, retired. And then we turned around and gave a lot of them to the current conflict. And now suddenly we're pulling people out of retirement. Hey, can you build some more of these? And they go, well, this transistor don't even exist anymore. That's not on the market. We got to re-engineer this whole thing. Yeah. Hey, Wild Animus, appreciate that. Sell it to you. Yeah, we're having to re-engineer the whole stuff. And then, we got to retool our factories. We got to train new kids how to run CNC machines and milling machines and all this stuff, right? Some of those people will end up going after each other if we have anything to do with it. Well, the real problem now is that it can come here. It could come here and there, everywhere. We're all wide open. This is not just the United States. We got probably 31 countries with war going on right now. It's catching. It's like a disease. It's like a contagion. And the insane thing about it, when you look at the way the chess pieces have been moved, I hope I'm wrong, but it looks a lot like there's a lot of people that want this. It looks a lot like there's a lot of people that want this. Everything has an arm. So, yeah, we got a lot of evil in our world right now. What I tell you guys, this is all based in hatred. How does hatred get started? It's got its own contagion, guys. It's like a feud. And this is why I'm not taking sides, because it's like a feud. You got two families like the Hatfields and McCoys. And some of my family used to live on the Tug River, where it went into the Ohio River, and it was up the Tug River where that feud took place. Yeah, so I had family in that area, just downriver from them, when that feud was going on. And one of my good friends, who was one of the top reliability engineers I've ever met in my life, he was also a nuclear engineer. I want to interview him on his channel. He passed away back a few months ago. Spencer Hatfield. He was a Hatfield. He was kin related to Ants, Devil Ants Hatfield. But guys, how's a feud start? It's some egregious thing happens on one side, and somebody takes a little revenge for it over here. Then they take a counter revenge. They get mad, and these guys get mad and take the counter revenge. And then it started with stealing a pig. It started with somebody allegedly stealing a pig. Who knows? A panther might have got it. But supposedly somebody stole a pig, and then what happens in the end? Hundreds of lives are lost. It gets ugly. Blood is shed. And once the hatreds start, it's hard to put those hatreds away. And, this happens in countries. It happens in regions. It happens. Hey, Art. Thank you, Art. This happens and it spreads. And it gets set in cultures, entire cultures. Now, when it becomes a religious war, especially, that's your first super chat. Thank you, Art. Salute to you. First super chat in a live stream. So, guys, this is how things start, and it festers and just grows. When our whole world is going there, you'd think here in the 21st century we'd be civilized and be beyond that, right? Well, civilization is just an illusion for how people can get along and cooperate in good times. Times are getting bad. Eye for an eye, that makes the whole world blind. Citizen Z, you're exactly right. Eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. So that's why, not you get mad at me because I don't take a side in this video, because that's not the purpose of this channel. The purpose of this channel right now is to get you to get yourself ready, get your family prepared for what may be coming. Don't be scared, be prepared, but you better be aware right now, because we are in an exceedingly dangerous moment. Like I said, to recap, if you're just joining, what I heard from an inside source, and I hope and pray it's either wrong, or if it's not wrong, that something happens to cause it not to occur. But even if the data is wrong, this is likely, just given where we're at in the world right now. It's possible. It's all too possible. And that's that we're going to see what happened in Israel happen right here on a holiday in the next month or two. We're talking potentially Thanksgiving or Christmas, potentially. I'm not saying this is going to happen. Let me reiterate that. I'm not saying it will happen. Let's pray that it don't. But like I say, prep and pray. You better get ready. You better get ready and better get ready fast. Because here's the deal. Keith Evans, wow. Remember when Diamond said years ago, as we deepen into the grand solar minimum, that people will go more crazy. Well, people, the crazy is a contagion. It's like a disease. And that's what happens with hatred too. It's like a disease, guys. It's a disease. It's a contagion. But what you need to know is this. While we follow the law, the people that want to attack do not. They will have things that we're not permitted to have. Their nugs will be real good nugs, if you know what I mean. Flip that word around. If you've not been on my channel long enough, you don't know what I mean when I say nug, take that word and boop. All right, so they're going to have bigger nugs, better nugs, faster nugs. Oh, yeah. When certain things are outlawed, only outlaws have certain things, right? Now, one difference between us and Israel is in Israel, only 2% of the people had nugs. So when they went knocking door to door, maybe that's a little bit easier there. But what are you going to do when 1,000 men come into your community and you got an itty bitty spit wad blowgun? if all you got's a little pea plinker, yeah. Or if it's just you by yourself, you against 1,000, evade, get out of town, get away, come back later, get away before they start coming around. Once they're coming door to door, it's too late. It's all right. I'm going to call the cops. We'll be taken care of. Well, good luck with that, because they'll be going to be the networks are going to be jammed with calls. You won't even be able to get through on the network. And if you did get them, response time is what, 30 minutes, especially if you're out in the country, maybe longer. But they've got so much to respond to. And when they get out there, they come out in their little squad car or a little SWAT team, and they see a patrol, a battalion, 1,000 people ravaging the neighborhood. They're probably going to tuck tail and run out. Yeah, they're not going to stick around and get wiped out. So you may be on your own. This is one reason I do tell you to form your communities. If you've not done it, you need to do it. Go to survivaltribenetwork.com. Do it tonight. Don't waste any more time. If you already signed up, go in there and start finding people in your community who are close to you. Start contacting them. See if you guys might have enough in common that y'all can start a group in your area, mutual, get, watch your six group, if you know what I mean. Survival tribe. But before you start moving in close to each other, you better vet each other out very carefully. Very, very, very carefully. Vet each other, because it's kind of like getting married. And we're not too good at that in this country these days. So be careful, but do something. There you go. Wise Al shared the link. Thank you, Wise Al. So, yeah, it might be the right flag there, Swade Houston. My community, the police will be leading the, oh yeah, they might be, especially when they start running out of food at home. The National Defense Authorization Act, they can take anything you got. Yeah, including your land, your car, your fuel, whatever. Now, good luck collecting all of that, but definitely there's been a historical precedence of going through and hunting food. Gruesome Newsom is just a player in the, yeah, Gruesome Newsom. Trudeau, yeah, you got Trudeau in your neck of the woods. I feel for you, buddy. I feel for you. I really do. All laws repugnant to the Constitution are automatically null and void. Yeah, but the three-letter agencies don't seem to understand that. Well, that may be true, Steve. But just you better be sure and quick with it. And you got to remember they might have visors on that are a little bit resistant to lower energy projectiles. Just bear that in mind. Fly low, burn hard. Moonshine runs my cars. Maybe the only fuel you're going to have in the next few weeks. Official YouTube. Hey, JW Survival. All right. The newest member woke up and needed a diaper change. Well, I'm glad some good people are still having youngins because we need them for the future. That's right. Hey, Pagan Prepper, I appreciate that. Be prepared, watch your six, be informed the police will protect their families. You're right. Absolutely. Salute to you. Thank you. All righty. So, guys, I'm serious. This is, y'all come in a lot to watch me. I'm sure I'm entertaining, I guess, to some level. It's cool to watch prepper videos. It's now time to get involved. It's time to get engaged. It's time to do things. I know some of you guys are broker than a church mouse in a monastery that's been shut down for 20 years. But guys, if you can only buy a can of beans extra every week, buy the can of beans. But the weeks are maybe, you may have no more weeks than I got fingers held up, and thumb is not a finger. So seriously, we may be on short order. Yes, thank you, Pagan Prepper. Amen to that. Wow, we may be on short order here. Things can go down fast, just like they did in Israel. Snap a finger and it's on. So, I'd had the supposition that they would do this when we attacked Iran, providing we attack Iran. Well, what my source told me is no, because they're already figuring we're going to do it. So it may be a preemptive thing to pull us down. But you got to remember, Iran has got allegiances with Russia. They're sending stuff to Russia, drones and things like that. The drone factory was blown up in Iran. They think Israel did it. Israel has been friendly with Russia for a long time, but that friendship is shattered now because Russia's been meeting with Hamas. It's even claimed by some sources that Russia's also been had a hand in funding Hamas. Of course, our El Presidente did send $6 billion into Iran for 5 people. Yeah, so, I guess that was Iranian money. It was held in a bank in South Korea. Now the administration, they haven't spent it. Well, who knows how you don't know that they don't use it for fractional reserve banking. Maybe they lent money on it, borrowed money against it. Who knows what happened or didn't happen? I don't know. Rodney Middleton, Australian $5 here. Buy some beans and some bread. I just finished spending $100 in groceries in 2 stores. That's easy to do. That's so easy. For those that don't know, I just got a beautiful gift from Rodney. I got this. No, that's not it. Okay. Rodney sent me this from Australia. Woo! Look at that leather. This is beautiful hand craftsmanship. So check it out, guys. It's got some steel. Anyway, so that's a prepping item. Thank you, Rodney. Appreciate it. It's a good prepping item. No, we're more into the scare other nations. Yeah. Well, that don't help. Every time. So here's another thing. Even if we hit, it's a given now that Israel is going to try to put an end to Hamas. Well, they're striking into the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip is, at the most narrow point, 5 miles wide, and at the widest point, it ain't much more than that. It's only 25 miles long. You could fit 15 Gaza Strips on Sand Mountain where I grew up, but they got like 2.5 million or so many people in it, and most of them are like 18 and under. So every time you go and hit somebody there, take out one person, you probably generate 4 future freedom fighters. These are people that's going to be in that feud mentality. They'll hit back again somewhere down the road. It's just like when we took out with our Predator drone some certain individuals in Afghanistan. We hit a wedding party. Yeah, we got the guy, maybe, allegedly, but we took out grandma, grandpa, aunts and uncles, and a lot of other collateral. Now, in all honesty, in all wars, there's collateral damage. There's civilians lost in every war. That don't justify it. You certainly shouldn't be targeting civilians. Nobody should. That should always be considered a war crime, but it happens. And every time it happens, it just creates more resentment. And troops in war, even from the best of countries, the worst comes out of them. The worst ones sometimes get the upper hands. There's good and bad in every country and every place. That's one reason it's taken the South 100 years to come close to getting over the war of northern aggression here in this country. And that's not entirely done. Hey, Redneck J-Dog. Thank you, Greg, so much. I have a bunker with 3 years of food for my family of 6. I appreciate everything you do on your channel. Don't forget to oil up. Yes, 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 yes. So them nugs can chat. Hey, George Cuh says, got enough Patriot Supply food and water for 3 years. There you go. There you go. A new nug 300 black. There you go. There you go. Now you're talking. Now, see, now these are people who are doing stuff. They're taking care of what they can. Hey, Cha-Cha, how you doing? So these are people that are taking care of business, take care of their families. And that's what matters most, because you ain't going to be happy if your family is not taken care of. You're going to fret and worry yourself to death. So do what you can for your family, maybe your friends. Some of you don't have family. Some of you, your friends are your only family. But you need to tell them to prep, to get ready. A lot of people still aren't there mentally. But with everything going on today, there's no adage. Strike when the iron's hot. That's one of my, I got a few things I like to say. Strike when the iron's hot, get it while the getting's good. Well, right now the getting's good, but getting good may not be good for long. You can still get stuff right now. You may only have a window of a few weeks to get ready. Contact your family members. Start making plans for how you're going to get together should things go down. But see, these things can happen in a split second. It might be just the lights go out. But it might be somebody coming through your neighborhood, going door to door, going bang, bang. That's what's happened in Israel, in good neighborhoods. Good, very well-to-do neighborhoods. But hey, only 2% of them had nugs. But even with just little nugs, it may not be enough. That's why you need to talk with your neighbors. See if y'all can figure out strategies to keep people out of your neighborhood, blocking roads and having a community patrol, if you will. You know what I mean? Are you staying there and rebuilding? Talking to me? Who are you talking to, Granny? I shouldn't have built that nug rack. Yeah, well, if you put them in your vehicle, don't throw them in the wide open. We used to carry those. We used to put nug racks in the back windows of our pickup trucks, and you drive around all over the countryside. Nobody would break in. Nobody stole anything. Kids going to school when I grew up had those in their racks in their trucks sitting in the parking lot, and there weren't no school bang bangs. Didn't occur back in the 70s. Not like now. So you take the nugs away and look what, and the rats will play. There's one. Take the nugs away and the rats will play. Ain't that the truth? Well, they're playing in Israel. Of course, they want to take our nugs away here. Why? Why? You know the outlaws will have them big time with all the gangs. Does that make you feel safe? Make your place harder? Yes. Hard to attack and easier to defend. A lot of our homes just aren't built. Hey, Greg, what is a ringland? I don't know what's a ringland, Robert. You tell me. Bobby Birch, if I had one, I wouldn't even bother to install it. I got no faith in those things. That's why I don't sell them on here. I can make a killing selling that stuff. I think one time the commission was like $200 an item, since I talk about power grid defense all the time. But contrary to what they tell you, I'm a member of the two biggest national power grid defense committees. Most people they don't buy that junk. Anyway. So go to Siemens and get you some really good just lightning arresters, and get you some inline ferrous beads, chokes to stop surges. You can go to oh shoot, I get brain lock a lot lately. Arnold, what's his name? Come to me in a little bit. Anyway, so let's get on here. I'm gonna neighbors, not newborns. Arthur, oh, come on, what's Arthur's last name? Dr. Arthur Bradley. Go to his. Take me a minute to pull it out. Pull it out of my neurons. Anyway, like pulling my eyeball out. Pull it out of my neurons. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm going to show you some articles. I'm going to back up what I've just said. The thing is, whether something's going to happen in the next 5-9 weeks this year or not, we're at huge risk for this kind of thing to happen here. There are sleeper cells. We're on the potential verge of being in it with Iran. Oh yeah, here's another little data item, just to give you an idea how this can escalate. And this is almost biblical. Maybe it is. Israel supposedly said to Hezbollah, if you attack us, and they're already attacking them, so I don't know what they mean by that. Maybe it's that the attacks escalate or they continue. I don't know what the red line is here, but supposedly Israel said to the Hezbollah, if you attack us, we're going to level or attack, bomb the heck out of Damascus. Now, is there not a biblical prophecy about this Damascus getting? Yeah. Is that what we're talking about? I don't know, guys. E8 0 chance. I would not want draftees anyway. The USA Circuit 20 is not like the. Yeah, you're right. Can our kids here just they've been doing this all the time. They need to have been outside, running, climbing trees, developing muscles, getting real hand-eye coordination, not thumb coordination. We have just 3 homes in my town burnt to the ground. Ooh. What happened, Wazal? Why did that happen? Arnold Arnold wouldn't know. I think about Damascus. Yeah, Arnold can probably tell us all about the Isaiah 17:1. Says Cat Daddy. It's also in the New Testament, I believe. So it may be a couple places. All right, yeah. Hey, Greg, what should my oil ring land be gaped at so I can blend my end of points too? Oh, your points and plugs. Well, what your gap is your plug gap and the spark plug. And points, you would do those with a shim. You have to look up on your owner's manual or look it up. It varies from vehicle to vehicle what you set points and plugs at if you got that kind of vehicle. Points and plugs are great because that means you don't have a computer driving your car. Well, my name is Greg, not G-R-A-I-G. It's not a rocket man. I want to ask you something. See what I'm using? That's where my laptop is. You know what my laptop's sitting on? This is a hybrid rocket motor that's been fired. Program I led called High Altitude Research Corporation, which was a spinoff of another program I led. It got us in the Guinness Book of Records called High Altitude Liftoff, HALO. So when I come in here and say HALO, I mean it. This was for my HALO altitude one launch. It hit space in 1997. All right. Yeah, I might know something about a rocket. I've worked on rockets for decades. All right. So that settles that. Yeah, I can show you the videos. All right, I've got a bunch of videos I need to take them on VHS tapes to get them made digital. Maybe I can load them on my Galactic Greg's YouTube channel. Oh, we got George in the house. Hey, Michelle, thank you. Where New Days is that? Greg, what does the H stand for? High altitude liftoff. Halo, hang a rocket from a balloon and off we go. We're gonna fly a rocket into space. Hey, Odin, how can you be Odin? I'm Odin. All right. See, that little figure up there. All righty. Let's move on here. I'm going to show y'all some articles. I'm going to back up what I've been putting down. I've known guys that work on rockets. Yeah, I've worked on rockets. Easy, Gregors. I've done live sessions on my Galactic Grace channel while I was sitting on console for launching the first mission of that. Did it live with you guys on my Galactic Grace channel. Oh, your middle name is not, no, not my middle name. It's Hugh. 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 What was that? 432 megahertz, which is considered the God frequency, I believe. You need to go see the video I did with, I'll cover that later. Let's go into the news because we got coffee crowd people and watch this. They don't want to hear all this stuff. Hi, cousins, brothers, uncles, friends. Yeah, we're all family here. Remind me, I'll come back to this story toward the end. That might be a treat toward the end. I don't know, maybe I have to pull it up on, best if I find it on, hang on, you know what, I do need to pull up my Galactic Grace channel so that when we go into this, you can see it. Hang on, guys, let me open it up. Yeah, but we're about to go into some news here and just look at some things. Give me a second here. We're about to hit the news, but I'm first going to pull up. Yeah, I'll show you the Galactic Gregs. By the way, when I launched that rocket, I was wearing a hat like the one I got on right now. I don't know what happened to that hat. I got no clue anymore. But my nice winter camo hat got destroyed, so I had to get something a little warmer. My other hats are all vented for the hot summers here. Shoot, in the wrong place here. Hang on. I'll pull up a couple other things to share with you guys toward the end. Still in the wrong place typing this. What is wrong with me? Here we go. All right, I'm gonna show you a couple other channels here toward the end. All right, guys, what you need to know. One of the things that you need to do, and one of you has already told me you've got 3 years of food stored up from My Patriot Supply. That's what this stuff is. I often show you guys the buckets. This is what's in those buckets. The buckets are sealed. You can bury them. What I talk about under NDAA, and come get what you got. And if they're not coming to get it, your neighbors might. The first thing you might have to worry about is some group, some cells breaking through the community, doing stuff and damage. Once they've done what they're going to do, your starving neighbors might be the next wave, or maybe it will be what's left of the government. I don't know, guys. But if you got something that you can bury in a cache, you're way ahead. I've had a lot of you guys say, well, if a fire burns down my house, well, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Find some other places to store stuff. Put them in a cache somewhere. Bury it. Bury it, your stuff, for Pete's sake. These things are sealed. The buckets that come in are sealed. And you could You can sell that. You can put those in something else and sell them if you want to. Triple sell stuff. But guys, that's a good way to store food. This is lightweight. You can put this in your bug out bag. But now, when you think about bug out, you better be thinking about more than just survival. You need to be also considering dealing with conflict, because that may be a big part of what's going down here. Wrecked toes. Green Regs is fairly smart human. You young cats should be jotting down some notes. Hey, Slapjack, that's a good name. Brenda Hines says we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. Amen to that. Amen to that. All righty. You're 53, Robert Moore. Well, you're 10 years south of me there, so you got 10 more years to work it, right? But we may be running out of time, guys. That's what I'm saying here today. Our time may be up. The fat lady is on the stage, and I think she's about done singing. The music, we're walking around the chairs, and the music's about over. And when the music ends, what you got is what you got. Good time to go buy seeds too. So let me hit the share screen. I'm going to back up some of the stuff I'm talking about in terms of sleeper cells and just the kind of things we're facing. Then we'll go into the Israeli Hamas news and some of the normal stuff that we typically do on this channel. Buy a spotlight. Amen to that. I got a spotlight. I got a bunch of flashlights and different things. And some of the best lights I like are these that I can just put on top of my hat. I go out, so I got free hands. I can still work, I know y'all don't like that too much. I just put fresh batteries in it. Anywho, but that was fun, right? I get to see what it looked like. This video is running a little bit behind. So I'm gonna hit a share button here. We're gonna look at some stuff here. All right, let's see how about, yeah, it really flashed the screen pretty good. All right. Talking about the long-term food storage, go to prepwithgreg.com. Prepwithgreg.com. You can get 25% off a 3-month supply of food. And guys, they've kept the prices constant on this for some long time. That, with the way we've had food inflation, to me, that's unbelievable how they've kept that. And I know some of you people say, well, that's expensive. When you consider you're getting 3 meals a day for 3 months, yeah, I spend more than that on groceries in a month for one person. So guys, this is a deal. All right, guys, what are y'all deleting here? All right, mods, don't delete just an opinion. Oh, Robert Moore is being a toughie, huh? No, whatever. Don't just delete opinions, though. So, Robert Moore, what's your beef? What is your beef, Robert? Why you got a cross stuck in you? Anyway, so guys, my page supply. And if you can't handle that, you might be able to handle the 2-week for $127. You probably spend more than that in a week. Okay, see, Shelly, she didn't mean to do that. Okay, I was wondering, yeah, Pagan Prepper just gave us a big super chat. She didn't say anything bad. I wonder if I can undo that. I don't know if I can undo it or not. I can't undo the hide. She said, remember what happened in Maui. Now, Robert's been a little testy. Well, he might be a troll. I'm just asking him to speak up. What's got you crosswise there, Robert? Why are you so crosswise? What's your issue? You just said, oh my. She didn't mean to, Pagan. That was an accident. She just said that was an accident. She was probably aiming for Robert. I've accidentally scrolling screen, my finger knocked some things out too. All righty. Yeah, stuff happens. You're in good standing, Pagan. Appreciate you. No, Pagan's not a troll. She's a supporter of the channel. I appreciate her. Salute to Pagan because she gave us some good super chat tonight and has good comments. Did you lose your yeah, he's got something stuck in his crawl. Don't know what it is. All right, guys. Yeah, so go to My Page Supply, my friends. Go to My Page Supply and check it out. And if this is not what you're looking for, there's other things in here. You can just click on that. Once you go to prepwithgreg.com. Go to prepwithgreg.com to get into it. And then you can go in here and look at the other stuff. You got water filtration items. You can get these heaters, power heaters and ovens, heirloom seeds, let's see, air purification, water filtration, just different things, guys. Survival gear. Just look at it and see if something here makes sense to you. Hey, you got a chance to win that vehicle too, that huge vehicle. It's like a contest. So that's a pretty cool deal. My question is, if you don't like someone or believe they are wrong, then why sit in the chat? Yeah, that's a good question. Hey, New Days, there you are. Thank you, New Days. All righty, guys, let's go on here. Hamas attack bears hallmarks of what? Who? Says U.S. officials. Well, now see, this is a prelude to what I'm about to show you when I'm telling you, look, we're sending the world's largest ever battleship right into the area. We're sending the largest aircraft carrier, the most high-tech, our brand new Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier strike group right up to Israel. And we are also sending a lot of Air Force aircraft, F-16s, F-13s, F-15s, and A-10 Warthogs. Food debt card. All right. I got Robert must have got his commercial pocket rocket license. That might be it. Here's what I've talked to you guys about. I've mentioned this many times on this channel. Attack on 9 substations could take down U.S. grid. This is from the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers magazine known as the Spectrum, the IEEE. I've been a member of IEEE because I am an electrical engineer by training through the University of Alabama in Huntsville. I showed y'all my degree in a previous video. So, and I've been working rocket avionics and rocket engines and all kind of rocket stuff. You see, there are 55,000 transmission substations as of when this article was written. Look on the date on this article. This article is from 13 March 2014. This is 9 years old data. This says less than 10 out of the 55,000, less than 10, which means 9 or less actually, could plunge the entire nation into darkness. And this is a study from, who did I say? FERC, with Federal Energy Reliability Corporation. North American. Well, that's NERC. Wait a minute. Directed by, yeah, it's the Federal Energy Regulatory Corporation, which is directed by the North American Reliability Corporation. NERC and FERC are the 2 agencies that have, there's Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, excuse me. They have a very incestuous relationship with each other. I've talked about that in the past too, NERC and FERC. All righty, guys. This is a government report here. I think this is testimony to Congress. The expanding relationship between Iran president and Venezuela. It's talking about some of that, helicopters and different things here. Where was I had something that talked about. Oh yeah. We have to presume that Hezbollah cells are in the United States and being fortified, awaiting Iranian orders. Awaiting Iranian orders. And this is not new news. This was testimony to Congress. A joint hearing before the subcommittee on oversight, investigations, and management, and the subcommittee on counterterrorism intelligence. Guys, I don't make this stuff up. This is from govinfo.gov. This was a hearing in 2011. This is old data. So if we were worried about that in 2011, what should we be concerned with today? You know, have we had anybody new come across our border since 2000? No, nobody's come across our border. We know everybody coming in. We vetted everybody right. And oh yeah, by the way, we didn't just let a ton of Venezuelans in our country, did we? And who's also operating in Venezuela? How about China, Russia, Iran? They got their military there. They're training folks there. I'm told I've even heard rumors that there is a Hezbollah camp, training camp in Venezuela. Well, when they talked about Hezbollah here in this article in reference to Venezuela and testimony to congressional committee in 2011. And this is on the government website. So I hope I don't get binged for misinformation when I'm putting out what the government told us. But, you know, that's likely on this platform, you know. Jeez, I'm telling you. And here we are again. The most alarming case took place in the United States and Canada, according to U.S. prosecutors, 2 U.S.-based Hezbollah operatives. Nah, we don't have any of that here in the United States, do we? What's this article about? Inside Hezbollah's American sleeper cells awaiting Iran signals to strike U.S. and Israeli targets. This was published in 2019. Well, like our good friend Doug said, Doug Thompson with Uncommon News 777. Oh, nobody saw it coming. Oh, yeah, well, there's been more recent predictions than that. Yikes. Sleeper cells likely within our energy grid, experts warn Senator King. Now, this is March of this year. Oh, no, this can't be happening. Yeah, when I searched Bing asking about this, it scolded me. It scolded me. Wouldn't even answer the question. Oh, my, you shouldn't be spreading blah, 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 blah. Jeez. Well, anyway, here it is. They're talking about it right here. So just in case you think I make all this stuff up, New Mexico compound was alleged training camp to do what? Yeah, I don't even use that word on this channel. I still got banged in my last 2 videos. You got to be kidding me. News channels randomly talk about stuff, use all the words that I don't dare say, and advertisers chase them down and throw money at them. But if I come anywhere close to, in code speak, saying something, I get dinged. I hope this video don't get dinged too, but you know, the way things have been going, who knows? I'm not going to show any videos from X, formerly known as Twitter, because I think I showed a video of rockets getting intercepted. Maybe that was considered violence when one warhead takes out another one. I don't know what triggered a thing. Anyway, where did they find it? What did they find? Oh, they say it's homegrown. Yeah, what that cap is, I don't think that is homegrown. I think that is just what these guys want to call it, if you know what I mean. Makeshift military obstacle course, Macon County. Yeah. Here's the leader of the group. Yeah, that sounds like a common Alabamian homegrown name. Yeah, absolutely. FBI's right. Of course they are. Oh, know what they're trying to do? Put this on MAGA? Wow. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. He looks like a MAGA man. I think this guy's a MAGA man. Must be. Oh my gosh. Anyway, here we are, guys. Iran's Ayatollah said Israel will definitely be eradicated. He said it days before this attack. And what I tell you guys, they don't call Israel the great Satan. They call the United States the great Satan. So if this is what they intend for Israel, What are they going to do? They're going to buy some cupcakes and brownies and give them to us? I don't think I'd be eating them if they did. So I think the only thing I'm truly allowed to talk about on here is pink unicorns and puppy dogs. Anyway. Oh, look at this. Report finds 90% of, oh, they can't be illegal just because they broke the law across the border. They're undocumented. Oh, this article, wow. And this was just a few days ago, October 10th. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this thing just got published. No, it's October 9th that it got published. Yeah, well, all right. That was a few minutes. Yeah, that was this afternoon. This is a fresh article. Report finds 90% released under who? Nah, can't be. Haven't claimed asylum. They didn't come here for asylum. And did we try to send them back? No. No. And how many have been released? Yeah, captured and released, but to release them here. 2.1 million after his first day in office. Oh, that can't possibly be now, can it? Oh my gosh. 2.1 million, 90% of which we're not here for asylum. You think it's possible that 2 or 3 of those might have had ill will out of 2.1 million? Maybe 1 in a million might have had ill will toward us. What do you think? Look at this. There's some weird stuff. Here's a book. You'll find stuff in books. It's hard to find articles. A lot of these articles are getting scrubbed. There's articles I used to find I can't find anymore. Twilight in America, the untold story of some kind of training camps. A woman I used to work with, whose family had a farm in Kentucky, said her brothers found a camp in the adjacent woods behind them. They called the FBI in on it. Or no, they called the local sheriff first. Yeah, if they hadn't called the local sheriff, nothing would have happened. All righty, folks. So most of the men coming in are military age. You're right. That is true. Good night, Alaska Soul. Alaska Soul, good night, all. I have to watch the rest later. Been a tough day. Oh, we'll get some rest. And got to chop firewood and you got a migraine. Well, bless your heart, Alaska Soul. Up there, chopping firewood is essential. I understand that. All righty. What part of Alaska are you from, Alaska Soul? Where in Alaska are you at? Well, thank you, Alaska Soul. Steve Irwin. How you doing, Steve Irwin? All right. So he left what? Where? No, just wait. You haven't seen the last. Remember all the Americans he left behind in Afghanistan? Well, he's doing the same thing in Israel. I'll show an article on that in a minute. Same kind of thing. Dementia Joe. He needs to go. All right. There used to be a video here you could see. It looks like they took the video down. This video showed a parade, a long parade of Mexican cartel paramilitary group. I guess they took the video out. That's too bad. I want to show you all that video. Yeah, the cartels are armed heavily. And they may come across the border when all this stuff goes down, guys. Erdogan's never been an honest NATO member. Yeah, he's always played both sides. And he may switch sides in all this. Who knows? So I don't know how to pronounce that, but cartel bested the Mexican army. Now look here. That's their vehicles. That's the cartels. This is the cartel vehicles. They took over the city. They are heavily armed. They have vehicles that they've armored up. What was probably originally civilian SUVs. So they're not to be taken lightly, folks. Not to be taken lightly. And they may come across our border and with all this other stuff. Heavily armed Mexican cartel taunting U.S. soldiers at border, Texas authorities say. Not Greg Allison saying this. I'm just showing you what authorities in Texas say. But, you know, I got to be careful. This might be something that's, I got to be careful here. So I don't go into any details here. Without a Second Amendment, yeah, what's low in Israel? Yeah, I think they need a Second Amendment over there. That's who come in on them. Thank God we still have our 2A running here. What I said, Gerald R. Ford is getting closer. It's on its way. The biggest battleship, the biggest aircraft carrier ever made. Yeah, let's keep the chat clean, guys. That's the main thing. Keep it clean. Keep it safe. I don't mind differences of opinion, because what you say reflects you, not me. That's the way I see it. I do believe in freedom of speech, but be respectful, please. And if you got a legitimate gripe, you got a problem with me, tell me. But don't just be blathering. Rub two brain cells together. Think of Rwanda. Oh yeah, that was awful. Greg, they are already talking about changing nug laws. Yeah, well, they need to. Everybody ought to have the freedom to have their own pet nugs and feed them a lot of kibbles. 11 U.S. citizens. Really, I didn't even want to repeat this word because that may be why I got hit. 11. The number's going up, at least according to Biden. Is this going to be the pretense to draw us in? Will this draw us into what's happening there, guys? You tell me. A lot of stuff's happening. Well, we're sending an aircraft strike carrier group. Why do we have to send that just to give some ammo to Israel? Now here's oh shoot, quit popping up and hiding what I'm trying to show everybody. Look here. Hamas threatens to what? Well, supposedly if Israel bombs houses, that's the part it's not saying. Israel bombs houses, that's what Hamas is saying to do. If he had two brain cells, he wouldn't know what to do with them. Ruh-roh. Somebody's getting chastised. Yeah, we let a lot of stuff go down. We pick and choose who we try to preserve. There's countries that far worse atrocities have happened. Why don't we help those people? The buildings I live in has a sign prohibiting. Yeah, it's sad. Because that makes you a target. You're a sitting duck. War is bad, guys. There's nothing good about war. You got to defend yourself, but you need to do so judiciously and make sure you're not hitting civilians. Is this times of Israel getting taken down now? Not want to load. I just want to show you something here. But anyway, I guess we get to see it tonight. I don't know. Maybe my browser. Maybe my memory shot here. Let me see where we're at on memory management. A lot of stuff open. Yeah, we're way up there in memory usage. It shouldn't be shutting stuff down though. You go ahead and kill an article or two. Bang. Some of these I'm going to save. All right, let's get rid of some articles. I gotta free some memory up. I ain't getting much memory back yet. Maybe a smidgen. I don't want to. Actually, I try to save these articles after I do the video. I try to save some for future reference. So I hate just shutting them off. Yeah, these are spinning. Oh, there it is. IDF says it has full control of the border fence. And they're pounding the strip. Well, okay, that's just updated this article 4 minutes ago. That's why it's spinning. IDF toll up to 123, volley of rockets launched from Gaza overnight, 1,500 Hamas bodies. Oh my gosh. Oops, I shouldn't have said that word. All right, there it is. We're sending munitions there. See some of the headlines. No one to talk to. Israelis feel abandoned by their trusted army. Yeah, the army couldn't get in there fast enough. So that's what I've been warning you guys about. Even there, where they had the military and the respect and stuff, these people got through the homes anyway. That's why I'm telling you guys, you better get ready for yourself. Don't figure the cavalry's coming to save you. That's why I'm telling you guys to prep. A lot of you people are taking for granted, well, nothing's going to happen here. Well, that's what they said. And when the cavalry didn't come to save them, now they're mad. Well, they probably couldn't. They had their hands full. They were coming across so many areas. Fierce Israeli bombing rocks Gaza through the night. Well, the toll rises. Now it's saying 1,500 have been found. It's probably higher than that. Israeli Defense Minister orders complete siege of Gaza. Well, they've also cut off the water supply into Gaza, and some, that is scary because that probably is a violation of the Geneva Convention. Israeli retaliation to be felt for generations. FBI searching for Americans impacted. Well, that might mean a lot of different things. So, guys, what I said, you take out all the 18-year-olds and you take out Mama and Aunt Susie and somebody's little sister. Yeah, they're coming back for you in a few years. That's why we keep seeing these things happen. But this is the biggest one in 50 years. Jason, that's what I'm expecting. Multi-pronged attack. Got to sleep. Nice to meet everyone. Well, thank you for being here, Pagan. Appreciate your support. We won't be probably another 30 minutes on this stuff. And then I'm going to show a nice video that you would have liked, Pagan, where I shouted light in a tunnel after Rex Bear was saying Hugh, my middle name, and I shouted Halo. That was interesting. Captured on 2 different video cameras. All righty. So, yeah, this is a tit-for-tat battle, slugfest, kind of like going on in Ukraine. President Biden advises senators to prepare constituents for a long war. Now we got 2 long wars. Lovely. And we're going to support Israel like we're supporting Ukraine, but we might get into it over there, especially with Iran. Because, we've already got troops that are safeguarding oil cargo vessels, keep them getting seized. Well, Cherry User 13, if they hit the UK, when are you saying they would hit the UK too? Well, it might be Christmas. It might be, they're talking about holiday periods. That seems to be what they like to do when people got the guard down, when the troops are at home having festivities with the family. I always used to figure if Russia was going to attack us, they'd attack us on Christmas, because when the army, half the army went home for Christmas. So I thought, I used to think, wow, if Russia's going to hit us, this is when they'll do it. That's what I used to think when I was in the army. But it's hard to say. Okay, sometimes Express don't want to open up. This is the guy that predicted it. Oh, come on, I want this article to open. Come on. What is it with Express? Yeah, there's this guy who predicted all this would happen. And he predicted it to be September or October. And that's just what happened. Oh, come on. I wish this article really backs up what Doug Thompson was telling us. Well, Uncommon News 777. Oh, shucks. I'll just close it. This article claims our military presence near Israel is a blunt message to Iran and Hezbollah. It might turn out to be more than just a blunt message. I'll delete that one. And this article claims our carrier group could be sailing into dangerous waters. There could be trouble there. Some folks think they're at risk. And to show where the sides are being drawn, this man, Ramzan Kadyrov, he is a right-hand man to Vladimir Putin. And he's saying he's prepared to send his forces to support Palestine. You see how this thing can escalate, guys? This is part of Russia. This may be the Gog Magog starting to shape up. I don't know, guys. I'm not saying it is, but wow, it's getting interesting. Now, here's what's really going to frost you. Here's what's going to really get your dander up. Biden tells Americans to book their own flights out of Israel hours after airlines announce mass cancellations. Does this sound like what happened in Afghanistan? Does this sound like Afghanistan? The biggest nation in the world can't take care of its own people. We can't take care of our own people. But look who does. Brazilian government deploys military aircraft to evacuate citizens from Israel. Brazil can do it. How come he can't? Does he want people there to get off so that we can get our aircraft carrier involved? Yeah, okay, I shouldn't have said that because that's too much speculation. Just asking a question, though. But, you know, let me take that back. Oh, my gosh, guys. Why can't the biggest, most powerful nation in the world take care of its own people when little old Brazil can? Brazil takes care of theirs. We don't take care of ours. What is this? Get it, guys. Here and here. I maybe should do a separate video on this topic alone. Look at that. Just these two articles. That's a whole discussion. Can't take care of our own people. He tells them to book their own flights hours after cancellations. Well, maybe he's going to get some egg on his face, and maybe they'll go in and take care of our people. Hey, Scooby Snacks. Good to see you in the house. Now we got Dutch, the guy formerly known as Dutch, who's now not Dutch in sense. Dutch Dooley. I remember Dutch Dooley. He's now Tracy Broken Wing. All righty. Yep. He did say something was likely to happen, didn't he? When you appease the other side. Here are the concessions that this President Dementia made to Iran in the years leading up. Failed to properly enforce oil sanctions, resulting in billions of revenue, ransom payment of $6 billion. Well, so there's apparently a lot of stuff in here. It almost seems like they want Iran to be strong so Iran can fight. I don't know. You know, remember, who sent money and pallets on aircraft to Iran when this guy was the Veep? Who sent pallet loads of money to Iran? What do y'all think? Y'all tell me. I mean, boot camp last month and couldn't get all of his uniforms. That's what I've been hearing. Can't get uniforms. Why? So that when Carter was president, we had junk in the Army. Army just had junk when Carter was president. I had an arms room at Fort Bragg. When the Iranian hostage crisis was going down, I had an arms room at Fort Bragg. I was the unit armor of headquarters and headquarters company of the 426th Signal Battalion of the 35th Signal Brigade at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. We packed our stuff up. We had all our gear packed up on the tarmac at Pope Air Force Base. We were sequestered on base. We had to get our shots. We had to do our wills. They told us we were going to Iran. And at the last minute, they said, oh, okay, everybody go home. I thought, what? Because we had this tension built up like a crescendo every day. We were just sure we were going to Iran. My problem was this. I had a unit with 250 people on it, and there was only 40 functioning M16s. And most of the M16s that wouldn't function, the 210 that would not work, was because I couldn't get itty bitty tiny whiny little cheap, a whole 5-gallon bucket of them might have cost $1 back in the day in the late 70s. Ejection springs to run the ejector to kick the round out, or the extraction pin. You got an extractor and you got that little ejector pin that extracts the round out of the chamber, the brass casing, and then pops it out. You can't have a cycle of fire without that. And I couldn't get them. Wouldn't come in. And yet we were packed, ready to go to Iran. What happened in Iran, Tehran? Man, the whole thing fell apart. A big culprit was lack of spare parts. Stuff was breaking down. Equipment was breaking down as we had forces on the ground. Also, there was some command and control issues. We weren't so good at it back in the day. We had a plane crash. So, all right, Herb got it. That's the one that sent the Herbert Middleton. That is the individual who sent pallet loads of money. So when all the other Arabic countries under his administration were going through color revolutions and the people in Iran wanted to do the same thing, we did not support them, and their color revolution failed. They want to know why we failed them. I guess we want Iran to be strong so we can have this upcoming WAR, maybe. I don't know. Well, that's speculation. Pardon me, guys, but holy guacamole, smoke-a-moly. See, Netanyahu was real happy for a future Mideast where they had a treaty going with, hopefully with Saudi Arabia. So it's going to have Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, Sudan, and Israel all together in an alliance against Iran. Well, this whole thing has just happened may be Iran's way of driving a wedge from Israel and these other countries, especially when they start attacking people of the Muslim faith in Gaza Strip. How come that's jumping like that on me? Can't click the Al Jazeera's article here I wanted to get. Oh, well, I'm on the next one over to it. I just jumped around them. That's weird. In Gaza, we hate the night for what Israel does to us. That's what the locals are saying. War is awful. Iranian football fans. Now, see, let me tell you about the people in Iran. They're not really crazy over their government. Iranian football fans demand removal of Palestinian flags from the stadium. How about that? Kind of reminds me of the football stadiums here in America where they were shouting something JB, if you know what I mean. Started with an F. Holy walking, go Brandon, right? Lord. So, just because a country's got leadership don't mean the whole country is that way. That's what I tell you guys. It's the leaders of the countries that pit us against each other and cause wars. It's too bad it's just not people working directly with each other. Reports that an airstrike hit an Iranian weapons convoy from Iraq. Now, this has not been verified. This is the last time I pulled this up, guys. But this could be one more step toward getting an Israeli-Iranian war going. And you bet if that starts, we're going to have a finger in it. America is confronted with a war on 4 fronts, calling for a new doctrine in the years ahead. Well, years ahead? Well, we ain't got years ahead. It's going down now. What are we going to do? Colonel Cole's still in the house. What are we going to do, Colonel? Yeah, I hope you're wrong, Rick, but that could be. Could be. Now, this is a South China Morning Post here. It says Hamas terrorism must be condemned, but Israel's response will cost more lives. Well, there ain't nothing pretty here. Wow, you think a war that's going on would cause the oil price? Now, this is a mosque that got hit. And there's a lot of people think this is what some forces will like to do to the Al-Aqsa Mosque up on the Temple Mount, where the people, it's the second most holy site in Islam because they believe that Muhammad ascended to heaven at that spot. But the Jews want to build their temple on the same spot. That rock that's inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque is where I believe Abraham came close to sacrificing his own son. He thought that's what God wanted, but apparently not, because God provided the ram. Y'all remember. Arnold can give us the details on that. All right, guys, so we'll do a little economic news. We're done with the war news for tonight. Laying the bricks for a reshaped global order. And the whole purpose of the BRICS is to down our dollar, because it is economic warfare being led by China and Russia, lining nations up. This is why I often recommend you guys to go to defythegrid.com, where you can buy bullion, gold. Here you can get platinum. You can get all kind of stuff, gold bars, platinum bars, like I said, bullion, coins, or you can get the gold backs, which I'm so fond of. So check it out, defythegrid.com, and you can use a discount code GreenGregs and get 1% off. Get you some of this. This is tiny, it's fungible. This is 1,000th. This is gold. This is pure gold. 1,000th of a troy ounce. That's just about right for bartering a 12-pack of eggs or a loaf of bread. So when they're trying to foist the CBDCs on you, that gives you something else to work with, especially if we got our Survival Tribe Network going, which this is what I'm talking about now, Survival Tribe Network. Wise Al paid for this out of her own pocket, guys. You can come in here and join. I'm on the join button side. Come in here and join. And once you join, I'm not logged in right now. Once you join, look for people in your area and start contacting them. We're running out of time. Start forming your groups. You hit the home page. There's a lot of good data. This is a good site to go through because you can click these things and it gives you a lot of good information on medical. It's been one of those Jace bags. Always prepare for the worst. That's what we're talking about here tonight, guys. A lot of good information here. Thank you, Wise Al, for doing this for us. Thank you very much. Weather. Oh, we got a fresh earthquake here. 5.7. You know, they had a 7.1 or something up here in Alaska earlier, I believe today or yesterday. It's not showing. What's this cube looking thing, diamond looking thing? Icequake. 2.6 icequake. Must have been in the glacier. 2.6. Wow. Got a big earthquake down here. 5.6 in Argentina. Iran's got an earthquake. No, it's Afghanistan. Oh, yeah, back in Afghanistan again. Yeah, it is east of Iran. It's close, though. Oh, that's where they had the others. This is aftershocks, guys. They lost a lot of people over there. Excuse me. Guys, there's good and bad people in every country, every shire, hamlet, religion, race, creed, color. So, you know, I feel for, wow, that's a big one right there. Slovakia, 5.1. All right, look at all the earthquakes right here in the Southwest United States. Especially Texas. Wow, Texas has been rocking. Weather. We'll have to go, I know we got at least 2 people in Australia, so we got to go down and yeah, Arnold. We know that. Make sure I got an update on this. All right, let's see how cozy it is up there where New Days is at. Start with Maine. 41 in the Houghton. The other night it was actually colder here. Ottawa, 46. Toronto, 48. Sudbury, 43. Lowell, Massachusetts, 43. New York, 43. Charlotte, 53. Charleston, 61. Atlanta, 57. Memphis, 59. Hunts Patch, 57. Little Rock, 59. Got some folks from Arkansas. Heber Springs, 57. Fayetteville, 50. But Arca-Fidelia, 61. Texarkana, 62. El Dorado, we got a City of Gold down there, 62. 40s throughout most of Missouri, except southeast is 50. Illinois, 40s. Judy Land here in Ohio is in the 40s, pretty much ever. Toledo's 44. Cincinnati's 44. Cleveland is 46. Chicago, 44. Iowa, 39. Minnesota, Park Rapids, 37. 37 up north. 34 up there. St. Cloud, 37. Fairmont, 41. Dakotas. South Dakota's is in the 40s. North Dakota's 30s at the top. Minot Air Force Base is 37. Big Sky, Montana, 50s, pretty much everywhere. Wyoming, 40s. Warmer in Montana than Wyoming. Colorado, Vail is 30. Aspen's 32. Denver, 44. Colorado Springs, NORAD's Cheyenne Mountain, 43. Taos, New Mexico, where the whole communities worships, 43. Albuquerque, 59. Las Cruces, 66. Carlsbad, the Cavern, 64. And Snowflake is 52. And if you're my friends up in Show Low, you're at 52. Flagstaff's 48. Phoenix has cooled down to 79, 73 in Tucson. Good for them. Lost Wages, 73. Lost Angels, 61. San Francisco Treat, 62. That's Rice-A-Roni, right? All right, chew weather in the house. We got 55 in Florence. Eugene's 52, Salem 53, Portland 53, Seattle 53. Well, 50 is pretty common. We had somebody from British Columbia here the other night. British Columbia is huge. Vernon 53. Kelowna 53. Kelowna, I got a sub that's in Kelowna, but also Curtis Stone is from there originally. That's where he used to have his urban farm. I don't know exactly where he was located to. Probably not too far from there. Sitka, Alaska, 46. Haines Junction in the Yukon, 35. Well, we got a lot of snow in Alaska. Seward, 35. Homer, 39. Wasilla, 35. Valdez, 39. Well, I get somebody from Wasilla in here sometimes. There's Chewy, trying to stay awake. 35 in Anchorage. Delta Junction, 26, and got a lot of snow. Be a nice time to be there. Fairbanks is 28. Nome is 28. Barra is 30. All right, enough of that. We go down under. A lot of friends down under in here. What's going to be the temperature in Weepaw? I say it's 89. I don't know. Let's guess. What's the temperature in Weepaw, folks? Oh, shut down. Weepaw, 82. Let's cool down. 82 in Weepaw. Hope I'm saying that right. Sydney, 62. Melbourne, 53. Tasmania, Hobart, 58. That's what it is over here in Perth. Perth is 62. Birdsville, that's where I need to go, 82. Alice Springs is 80. They did balloon launches. Got some defense industry there in Alice Springs out in the desert. Let's go down under here. Dunedin, 43. Wellington, 50. Christchurch, 46. Not a big earthquake we had in Christchurch. Anybody in our channel was in Christchurch when they had that big earthquake a few years ago? Anybody know anything about the 7.1 earthquake in Alaska that prompted some tsunami warnings? Let's go to Europe. Is Shill Maiden in the house? Well, Iceland's getting some snow. Oslo, 43. Hello, Bjorn. Hull, 61. London, 61. Glasgow, 59. Inverness, 59. Dublin, 64. All righty, guys. That's enough of weather. Space. What's up in space? Everything. There's your Millennium Falcon comet. All right, sun's not too bad active. That's those spots on 3460 could cook. The auroras are not too strong at the moment from the looks of it. Got some coffee. It'll be daytime in Maine pretty soon. All right, let's check out the asteroids. Anybody in some of the states this eclipse is going through? I was hoping to be in Arizona when that went through, but I don't think that's this weekend. I don't think we'll make it out there yet. Oh, sometime today we got an asteroid coming in 4/10 of the way between the Earth and the Moon. Oh, here's one. On the 12th, we got an asteroid coming in underneath the geosynchronous satellites. It's 11 meters. All right, that's 4/10 of the moon. That's 2/10. Well, we got to look at these. Now, these should both miss us by a long shot, but let's have a look at them. 2003 TM3. Let's look at the orbital viewer. Yeah, this guy's coming out from, it goes from Mercury to just beyond Earth's orbit. Doesn't go to Mars, the asteroid belt, but it's got a pretty good velocity to it. Let's step it through here. Yeah, see, that's where, yeah, it's right on us right here. Bang. You advance this thing forward and backwards. All right, that's one. Which one I look at? But yeah, TM3. That one is going to go 4/10 of the distance between the Earth and the Moon away from us. Now you got to remember, it's almost 250,000 miles between the Earth and the Moon. 236,000 miles, something like that. It does vary a little bit from time to time. This one though is coming in under the geosynchronous satellites. So this will be within 20,000 miles of us. Remember, Earth's 8,000 miles in diameter, so that's still a pretty big miss. Now this one come by the 12th. Let's go look at the orbital viewer. Scroll up. Yeah, this one's coming from beyond Mars. This one should be bucking, and a little bit off plane. Not the plane of the ecliptic. There's where it was quiet, close to us right there. Whoa. Play it the other way. Bang. That's really come close. All right, guys. Let me go back, see if I can enlarge this screen. Here we go. Yeah, this one's worth watching. Where's the toggles at? Zoom is hiding my controls. I'll just play it. There it is. It'll come by us. I'll play it in reverse. Bang, right there. I'll go the other way. Bang, see it comes in close. But not so close. Whoa, I'd be worried about it. Halo. Alrighty, folks. Flat Earth, not. Anyway, my great grandson due to the 14th. Oh, that's on eclipse day. Wow. That's all we need. A close asteroid turns all the machines against us. Nah, and it's going to miss us by a good bit still. Although that one comes in right under a geosynchronous satellite. Might take out one of our satellites, but I doubt it because those things are far apart. Lottie. So how does flat Earth and the vaulted dome ceiling work with long-term comets? Explain that one to me. I got sunset photographs that proves Earth's a sphere. I'll explain that. I'll explain that one day to y'all. Oh yeah, I was going to show a couple other things I forgot about. Escape. You know, I have to go back to share screen. There's a couple other things I was going to go into. All righty, share screen. It's getting late though. How long have we been in here? 105 minutes. We still got 217 people in the house. Wow. Here is my Galactic Greg's channel. Highly encourage you guys to come subscribe to it if you're not already done so. What are these UAPs? Alien tech. Chinese military battle balloons. There's my EMP balloon video. I'm talking about the F-1 rocket engine here. Saturn V moon rocket test stands. Air turbo rocket. By some of these planets. All right, let me hit the video button so I can see everything in here. So just a playlist. Yeah, I'm hunting one video. I had AI write me a story and I put it on here. It's a story very much reminiscent of 2001: A Space Odyssey. All right, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, Rex. There's Bob Zubrin. I interviewed him. Oh, one of my oldest videos on there. Light from voice analogy anomaly 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
So what I'm going to talk about today is a very interesting anomaly. I got this hat from a good friend of mine, Rex Bear. This hat is a Marty McFly edition of his tinfoil caps. And it's kind of interesting that this is what he gave me, because I got this the day after we had just walked through a tunnel near the Griffith Observatory, where in fact a scene was filmed for Back to the Future 2, where Marty McFly was rescued by the Doc Brown character, played by Christopher Lloyd. And
oh yeah, for the purposes of YouTube. Last time I played this, they were saying that's, you know, you're presenting something as current events. No, I'm not. This is a historical video from 3 years ago. I just said it was 3 years ago, but you know, the algorithms will come up with the weirdest stuff to chirp about.
What's interesting about this is we had a very strange anomaly occur in that tunnel that I thought you might want to look at and try to evaluate, because it is really strange. A little bit off topic for this channel, but it is an anomaly, and let's see who can take a crack at it. For what happened is we're walking in this tunnel. I'm explaining the scene of the movie to Rex Bear because I thought it was highly interesting. And he's walking through the tunnel. He's chanting, "Hugh." I later asked him, "Rex, why are you saying Hugh?" And he said, "Well, it's a chant kind of like Om." I said, "Well, you know, It's kind of curious because that happens to be my middle name. But the most interesting thing that happened is I started singing this little song I created back in the days when I had the altitude liftoff program called Halo. And it's kind of a calypso, Deo type song. Halo, and got a rocket from a balloon and off we go. And I belted it out rather loudly as I can do with the pipes that I have, which is the normal fashion, the best way to actually sing that ditty. And something strange happened. As I said, belted out, halo, light emanated going down the tongue from my voice. And what's interesting is it was modulated. You could see what looked like compression waves, and it was modulated like the voice, but it went down the tunnel. And what you can see in that video is it's not a reflection because it's not just off the wall. You can see it over the curb and onto the pavement of the floor below. And if it were just refracted light, how come it did not get dimmer? We're in the desert, so it couldn't have been just a modulation of fog. What was the light that emanated from my voice? There is a curiosity. There's an anomaly for you to figure out. And the other thing was, Rex and I were actually there with some other guys to evaluate weird anomalous videos and things like that. And I'll release the video on what that was all about very soon. But most curious situation, and to make it even more curious, is that he had this McFly hat to give me already. Now you talk about weird synchronicity. That is highly interesting.
So let's talk about Marty
This was not
McFly.
staged. It's just happened.
Let's talk about Marty McFly. Unbeknownst to me, he had a Marty McFly hat to give me already, and it was totally unplanned. We didn't, we went there because they had to rearrange where we were doing the shoot at. Now and this light was captured on my camera and his camera. Now, he had a better camera than me, so it looks better on his channel.
On the fly, if you will, because he and I had a break from some of the filming we were doing for this other production. And so we ran up there because they didn't have their cameras right and they had some lighting issues. So we just ran up there to see that place. I suggested to him earlier it'd be a great place to go see. And I also did some video from my Green Greg's channel talking about LA apocalypse from near the observatory. Look at Green Greg's channel and you can see that where I'm talking about things that could go wrong. But now I'm going to show you my video from my camera, but the most interesting video was from Rex Bear's camera. He has a higher resolution camera. He got a much better video of that. And then he later did another video replaying it, which he slowed it down to look at and analyze it. Really strange. So I'm going to show you this video that I filmed. Go check out his channel for the higher resolution video and his slow down up. Really strange video. We're just
the links below this video.
cutting up, having some fun, but we are there to analyze strange anomalous things we generated our own. That was what was really interesting. Now, you might try to explain this way easily, but it may not be so easy to explain. Nevertheless, it's interesting. Look at it, have fun, tell me what you think, comment below. I'm not making any claims, I'm just telling you it's interesting. Thank you for watching. Hello, ain't got a rocket from my blood. I'm not making any claims. I'm just telling you it's interesting. Thank you for watching.
Watch right here. It's going to come out in just a second. It goes fast.
Hello,
There it went.
ain't got a rocket from my blood.
Rocketry, essentially. So we're out here in the California area outside of LA, kind of close to Hollywood, and this is the tunnel that is Back to the Future. Now I'm going to have you explain what happened. Back to the Future.
In Back to the Future, this tunnel at the far end, I think it's far, it couldn't be this, but one thing that's coming out of it is where they had the scene where Marty McFly was rescued by Doc Brown. And Doc Brown flew over in the DeLorean and lowered a rope. Lowered a rope? Yeah. And Marty McFly came up the rope.
So what now? Please continue.
So what happened here is they had the scene where Bill was after Marty McFly, and they had their little incident in one end of this tunnel, and it was the case where the Marty was in a real tight. Biff was about to get him. Doc Brown came over the DeLorean right at the edge of the tunnel and dropped the line down. Marty grabbed the line and was pushed it away to being saved by Doc Brown.
So they often have played Doc Brown in movies with a kind of a Masonic overtone, which is kind of weird.
And it's also one of those cases where
Well, his name is Lloyd, right? So what's the guy's name? Lloyd, Lord.
it's usual in the Back to the Future series, every time Biff finally got defeated, he ran into a pile of manure or something like that. And his car would get filled with a load of manure. So of course that happened again.
There's a lot of symbolism
Yeah,
in Back to the Future.
yeah. And then and a lot of things that happen the same way every time, that being one of them. And some people think the symbolism that has been characteristic of the guy who played Doc Brown as Lloyd. But he's played a lot
Yes, Jason.
of roles that a lot of people think were kind of messianic. And some people claim that his rescue of Marty McFly fit that description. He's also had a role where he was a voice part of a cartoon based out of the Smith Observatory.
Now the Griffin Observatory just around the corner.
So it's kind of interesting what they deal with that character. Christopher Lloyd, the guy who played Doc Brown.
Christopher Lloyd. Christopher like Christ, Lloyd like Lord, and they play him like in many Masonic type roles. Really weird. Why do they do that?
Emmett Brown.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I remember that scene.
Yeah, we might need a DeLorean to rescue us going through this tunnel, Rex.
Yeah, we'll need a DeLorean to rescue us.
Flying DeLorean.
Now, watch. Here he goes. There was.
I ain't got a rocket from my blood, and off we go. Hello. Hello. We're going to fly a rocket into space. We're gonna begin an amateur space race. Hello. Ain't got a rocket from my blood, and off we go. You'll get echo here. The Rex disappeared. He's gone to the other side. Bye-bye, Rex.
Rex is a lot of fun. He's a character. He is a ball of energy.
Nice. Cool.
Oh, 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 oh. Hey, that echoes well. It's swell. They had gates on both sides at one time, Rex.
Hinges.
Officially coming out of the tunnel.
USA.
The famous Audinot.
All right, my camera skills weren't the best in the world. Still ain't, but hopefully they're better. It's hard sometimes to see the screen. Handheld.
Hello. Ain't got a rocket from my blood. Thank you for watching. Happy holidays, happy Yuletide, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I released that around Christmas. All right. Let's see. If you go down here and look at the show notes, I think that's Rex's version of it. Yeah. If you go to Leak Project, you probably won't be able. He's got so many videos up. You can search his channel all day long and never find this, but you can find it under my video. He had a better camera view of it.
Hey, everybody, Mike Sparrow, Lead Pro.
Wait a minute. Let's go back. There it is. See that? You can see a lot better on his camera.
Hey, everybody, Mike Sparrow, Lead Project. How the heck are you? Just got back from California. What an awesome journey I had out there. And Greg Allison said, hey, Rex, let's go check out the Mount Hollywood Tunnel. And I was like, okay, what's out there? And he said, well, that was the tunnel where they featured a scene in Back to the Future 2. Also,
All right, guys, if y'all don't want to watch this, throw a 9 in the chat if y'all want to stop it. If you want to continue, just vote a 5.
tunnel to Toontown. I don't know if you remember the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but Christopher Lloyd was in a scene featured in that tunnel also. So not only Back to the Future 2, the tunnel to Toontown, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it was also featured in a film called War Games, and The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension features Christopher Lloyd. I don't know if this specific tunnel is featured in the film. However, I did want to bring it up because a very good friend of mine said, Rex, you need to watch The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. He brought that up a week ago. I had never heard of it before that. And then I was doing some Google searches with Christopher Lloyd and the connection with this tunnel. And the specific film came up, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, because Christopher Lloyd is in that film as well. So I thought to myself, Matrix Sync. Now, what's interesting to me the most about this tunnel, what adds to the excitement, is when Greg and I went out there, I was chanting Hugh, and it sounded cool, but there were no voice projections coming out of my mouth, out of the vocal cords, just sound, or at least a lot of sound. And then Greg says, Halo, and you can see this light anomaly project across the screen, and it's moving in fashion, in harmony with his voice. And also, here's another good number, 20% off the already discounted Patriot Sun Cooker. These things are awesome.
We'll skip the
This
sun
way,
cooker.
use the code LEAK20 for an
Oh yeah, so Jason, no, I don't think they can evacuate Los Angeles in that tunnel, but who knows? Well, you'd have to climb the mountain up there and then maybe go through it, maybe.
additional 20% off. All right. And they work, and you have no batteries. It just uses the sun.
There it is.
It's incredible. It's clearly some type of thought form or light anomaly. It is not headlights from a car. There's no cars in the tunnel at this time. A car doesn't even go past for another like 8 to 10 seconds approximately. And you can see the way that it moves. It moves in fashion, very fluid. It's not like a typical reflection or a car light reflection. So what's up with this tunnel? This is very bizarre. I'm going to show you the footage in high definition, and I'm also going to slow it down. I'm going to give you regular version, 50% slowed down, and then slowed down all the way to
All right, Traveler, thanks for
42%.
joining.
You like that number? Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, I think that Greg could have released some type of elemental. Greg could have launched some type of elemental, some energy force that actually manifested when he projected it through that tunnel. And then I found out another really interesting thing. I was chanting Hugh because Hugh is a very powerful sound. Hugh. It's something that's been used for thousands of years, possibly longer. And Greg was trying to figure out why I was saying Hugh. And he's like, yeah, why were you chanting Hugh? Because he had never heard that before. And I said, well, it's kind of like going, it's a very powerful vibrational sound. And he said, oh, that's interesting because that's my middle name. Halo.
Halo, you.
Watch the video. Let me know what you think. What was this thing? Multi-dimensional elementals being released. Back to the Future style. I gave Greg one of the tinfoil McFly caps. He looks good in that thing.
It's LAX airport.
They also block 5G. That's what I'm talking about. Be the change you want to see. And let me know what you think of this. Wow. Go your mind. Expand your mind. And this is the tunnel that in Back to the Future.
In Back to the Future, this tunnel at the far end is where they had a scene where Marty McFly was rescued by Doc Brown. And Doc Brown flew over to the DeLorean and lowered a rope.
Please turn on headlights. You.
All the way down the tunnel.
Hello. Hello. No, no, no. No, no, no. Hey, look, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Nice. Nice. This is cool.
You see this video from both sides. You saw it from me,
Yeah, it
you
does.
saw it from him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Santa Claus is actually keeping the tunnel right now. We have honored on officially coming out of the tunnel. Famous on for part two. Be excellent to each other. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell, be well, and be the change you want to see, everybody. See you, Greg.
Halo. So when I say halo, I mean it. Halo. Hang a rocket from a balloon. Off we go. We're about done here. Just to show you one other channel, a channel where I got this other hat. I got a live video on here. And the hat I bought in this video here is very similar to the hat I was wearing when I launched my Halo Space Launch 1 rocket.
On here.
Somewhere in here. Drive out.
Guys, Chilean read those comments. Ricky Savage. Hey, good to see you, Ricky. You do it. Oh, I gotta put all my stuff back in order.
Stay right here. There it is. That's where I'm getting off the table. I had to put the camera down to pay her though. Sorry about that, guys.
Donovan McDougal. Yes. Donovan Gilbert. Unset wool. Yeah. Yeah, take five for it.
All right. I'm trying to haggle there at the flea market. Yeah, I'll do my flea market videos over here for a while if I do any more. Product Papas. Check that channel out. Ain't many of y'all subscribed to it yet. 273. See if a few of y'all subscribe to that tonight. Still at 273. Okay. You go here and video section. Yeah, I do some product review in here a little bit. I'll do more in the future. So I did some runoff between 3 different drills here. Yeah, I had some other stuff I was going to put on here. I hadn't posted all the videos I had done for this channel yet. All righty. Hat, not Jeffy. What is that? Tinfoil hat. All right, tinfoil hat's what I had on me. Now let's stop the share. Halo. Hang out a rocket from a balloon and off we go. We're going to fly a rocket into space. We're going to begin the amateur space race. It looked like a spirit. It was a good catch. My husband and I used to go ghost hunting. Oh, Michelle. Haven't seen hide of hair, Madam and Gross. Oh, he hadn't been in tonight? I think he's been in on a few videos back. Yeah, Arnold's good at keeping track of people. Who else we missing, Arnold? All righty. There we go. This is, ain't it weird? I was talking about Marty McFly, and unbeknownst to me, he had a Marty McFly hat to give to me for a gift. It's the only hat he had in his vehicle, and he brought it specifically to me ahead of time. And we had no idea ahead of time we'd be going in that tunnel or anything like that. That was we did all that by fluke because we were out there doing a video shot for the weather, for a show that showed up on the Weather Channel called Strange Earth, where we commented on anomalous videos, and we wound up generating our own anomalous video. So it was just a lot of weird synergisms, excuse me, and what happened there. Weird. Hey, Mad Shag, greetings from the Erie Coast. All right. Giddy Greg, Tony's New Zealand. Hey, from New Zealand there, Tony. All righty. So, all right, we've covered everything for tonight that we were going to cover. You can watch all the, I got some real important stuff here in the beginning of this video. Go back and see it from the beginning. Very important message to everybody in the beginning of this video. So what I want to ask you to do is let's pray that that stuff don't come to pass. If you got a prayer request, put it in here real fast. We want to pray for New Day's recovery from surgery. We'll pray for Judy, who's also been sick. We're going to pray for Granny Lana. Where's Granny at? We'll pray for her granddaughter Kaylee. We'll pray for anybody else got a prayer request. We'll pray for Randy Blythe, the Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. He's having some dementia issues now, unfortunately. Good man. I hate to see that. We'll pray for who else we need to pray for, guys? Help me out. Well, we got to pray for the world that we're in, that what's happening in Israel don't happen here. But there's a good chance of it. We got to pray we don't lose her. There's Granny. Hey, Granny, what'd you think about the video? Me going ho, ho, ho. All right, Colorado Jam. We haven't seen her in a while. Jesse Mills. Jesse just had surgery, but I think he's doing okay. Yeah, we'll pray for him. Wendy, Judy. All right. Talking about. Let's see. Later, I'll remember love works better than hatred. Yeah, that's how I usually end my videos. Pray for me. I'm having a really bad lupus flare. Oh, all right. Pray for Michelle Young. That's rough. All right, guys. We're not a religious channel, so I don't tell you how to pray. I do believe in a greater creator. And I believe in the power of prayer. So let's be clear about that. So, but I'm not, we're here to get you guys to prep, but we're a family too. And this family, that's kind of what we do. We pray for family members. So let's do that. Sleeping is forbidden. Yeah, what is that? All I do is recharge my battery so I can shout some light again. If I get a flashing light, I'll have to do the beard light again. I ain't had a flashing light in a long time. Y'all used to like that. That was kind of silly, but y'all got a kick out of it. My friend Dave, he fell. Okay, we'll pray for your friend Dave. Once again, we're not a religious channel, but I do believe in the power of prayer, especially when several people pray together. And we've had people we prayed for who told us, come back with positive results. We should pray for Brandy Drops. Yeah, where's Drops at? Brandy Robinson. I think she's okay. She's just been busy. My son told me I had to go to the hospital. I was going to go, but he demanded I go. You know what, Granny, you do need to go. Do it for us. All right, folks. Prayer can move mountains. Amen. No argument with that. I think we've had some big effect with some of the prayers we've had on here. Some really big effect. So let's keep that in mind. Have faith. And let's pray that for all these people
where they're in war zones, all the civilians, all the innocent civilians. A lot of innocent civilians are getting lost on both sides. That's a shame. All right, guys, let's say our prayer session. And we'll come out. I'll ask everybody where you're from, and that'll be it for tonight. All righty. Amen. Amen. Good soak in the hot tub. I'm gonna tell you what, New Days went to the hospital. She had the bug. She had been sick. They put her on the IV. She gets out of the hospital and mows her yard. Wow, she's one tough cookie. One tough cookie. Done and done. All right, wild animals. That sounds good. Healing so we can be strong enough to prepare. That's what we need, guys. Recovering soul. There we go. Pots washed and cleaning out gardens. There you go. How's Kaylee? Granny, tell us how Kaylee's doing. How is Kaylee doing? And with that, everybody tell me where you're from. Let's let her roll. We got 187 room. Tell us where you're from. We're about to go. We've been on here 2 hours. We got to go here in a minute. It's 3:30 in the morning here. I got to get up in a little bit. LOL, I ain't gonna mow. Yeah, you've done had your frost, right? You've had a frost now, haven't you? Henderson, Nevada. Smart ass patriot. Henderson, Buena Vista, Arkansas. So that's where Michelle's at. Batman. We got Batman in the house. Rochester, Minnesota. All right. South Sea. North NSW has a was it North? Yes. It's Australia. Northwest Montana, says this young. Wild Animals is center. Center what? Center where? Kingman, Arizona. Hey, 20 property 12. We got property in Snowflake. Oh, Prosperity, 20 Prosperity 12. Pardon me. John Baxter loves to all. Wild Animals is East Central Texas. Okay. There we go. East Central Texas. Clay B. Acta Robert L. Peters. That's a big one. Nolans. They call it the big sleazy down here. All right. We got Kalamazoo, Michigan. And that's Jackie. And then we got Dutch Dooley, aka Broken Wing, is Kosh. How do you say that? Kosh. Oh, I can't even say it. Ohio. Longmont, Colorado. Mr. Floyd, South Sea, New South Wales. Okay, New South Wales. All right, got it. Yeah, you get an N and S, and S and W. That's like north, southwest to me. New South Wales, Australia. Thank you for helping me out with that one. Commie, Michigan. Oh, Jackie. All right. Right now, Kaylee is doing okay. She's sick, but won't get radiation treatments, but she takes her meds and eats right. She has an appointment coming up for more blood work. Hope she will go. Okay. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Says Adam B, 3007. Clay B says, Robert L. Peters is Potato Brain's favorite alias. Oh, I figured out and used it. Oh, is that his alias, huh? Robert L. Peters. Potato Brains. You must be talking about the POTUS. Potato Brains. Present dementia, right? Chattanooga, Tennessee. Well, you're only a couple hours away, Randy Upchurch. That's pretty close. Love to go to Chattanooga. It's a beautiful town. Beautiful town. Incline Railroad, Lookout Mountain, Battle Above the Clouds. Coshocton. Okay, Coshocton. Thank you for that. She's been taking natural something, getting this 10% on Boss. Oh, well, I love that area, Tennessee. Yeah, it's a beautiful area. Tennessee River down below. Oh, Tennessee River, I'm a mountain man. All right, guys. Just started, huh? All right. Then another one bites the dust. Had a little flying buggy. It no more. It gone. Then another one bites the dust. All right, Granny, Utah. Very good. Miami. We got a carnivorous vegan. Well, that's interesting. All righty, folks. Guys, we're in serious times. Very, very serious times right now. Just remember, keep your eyes wide open, head on swivel, but get your preps going. Get them going now. There's no more time to waste. Get serious. Start talking to your family. Figure out your plans for what you're going to do. Practice with all your preps. Start practicing. Put things in action. Go to the survivaltribenetwork.com and join and start contacting people in your area. Start forming survival tribes. Haven't seen, yeah, I don't know what happened to her. She got dropped out of the world. She used to be involved with their Freedom Restoration Foundation, and she's changed her phone numbers. I just can't even get a hold of her anymore. So I don't know what's happened with her. I think they moved, for one, and her husband's got some disabilities. Maybe we need to pray for her. So that's something to think about in the future. Give her a prayer. So anyway, guys, good point. I only leave the house every 2 weeks to go to the grocery store like I did today. Hey, Clay. My daughter's in New York City. Yeah, that would drive me crazy too. Oh, I hear you. Brian, good morning. Alrighty, folks. So just remember, not only keep your eyes wide open and head on a swivel, but prep and pray. And you know what I said earlier, the biggest problem is the whole world's like in a big feud, and it's driven and fueled by hatred. And just like light dispels darkness, love dispels hate. So go out and shine your love light in the world, because it's really needed. That's what we need to do. Santa, or is that spelled wrong? What about Santa? Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, that's the way you spell Santa, S-A-N-T-A. All righty. So got some great super chats tonight. Thank you so much, super chatters. Thank you, Mod. You got a little bit busy tonight. I know you had a lot to do there. New Days is sharing a lot of links. Thank you, New Days. So we had a good night for super chats. I really appreciate that. That really helps, especially after this platform has kicked me pretty hard on those last 2 videos. So with that, I'm going to say, again, thank you all for watching. To one and all, a good night. And